So I said I was going to do a review of the keyboard, and I've got the keyboard, so let's begin. So first of all, it is, oh, sorry for that. So I managed myself to get a Logitech Media Keyboard Elite, so there's some stuff with it, like there's a zoom for media, hotkeys and stuff like that, better USBs, pretty thin is it, extra flat design, if it wants to focus, an ultra comfortable feel, and that's just in other languages. So let's get the box around. See a little bit of the back, because in the sides there probably should be not that much. So this just tells something about the keys and stuff. So let's start open up the box. So I got myself a knife. If you want to know what knife it is, it's old, and it is a focus. It doesn't want to focus, but it is a Smith & Wesson, so it's old. Got it from my grandma. Oh, that's here, it says on the blade. There you go. There you go. So let's start. So, voila. So, let's begin. Ha ha ha. Some new stuff. Oh, Battlefield 4. There's comes a rest for your palms and stuff. So the cable with this extra plug and the USB. So that's about the cable. A CD drive with something else, and then you get this plastic. Just get it off, and then you have your keyboard. There we go. Don't worry if you want to know. I'm holding this by one hand, so it's kind of getting hard. There we go. Now this is the thing, actually it looks pretty darn good. So you got your volume here, you got your F buttons here and your escape button. It's quite weird, but looks good. Other buttons, your zoom. It feels pretty good. So yeah, let's show how it looks on the PC, then I will be back in a second. So I got the keyboard set up here, and I have to say, it is not my opinion of a keyboard. Now I do like this one though, my palm rest. It's not my type of keyboard. I'm not gonna use it actually, I guess. Probably just gonna use my older one. But let me say, it is not a bad deal. The keys feel good, but I just like to have, if you look good, they have some spacing between the keys, like here. But I like to have a little bit more. But if you press it, it just goes, whoa, whoops, wait a second. Private information. But it just feels like a solid keyboard. It feels good. And you also have these zoom buttons. Now I haven't installed the drivers yet, but you have like these 100% zoom in, zoom out button, which is the same as for internet scroll button. And now these, the arrow keys, actually feel quite nice and comfortable to press. But you also have these buttons. Now these buttons, they just all work before using it. So when I press like this button, that little thing shows up like that. But when I press like this music button, it actually opens up my Windows media player, so I can select like songs, and I can select like with this big button in the middle, can select like the volume, as you can see there. Feels quite nice. I can press play. I can press stop and forwards and backwards. So let me say this keyboard is just the same as my keyboard right now, only the keys are a little bit different. It does feel quite nice, and I was just gonna test it out. What I do think is it feels weird is these F buttons, like escape, as you can see, is like a weird circle, just like these, and these are just shiny as fuck, but they just, it looks and feels quite weird. Now, the keyboard itself, like the home button, just opens up internet on Google, just open up your internet on Google, as you can see. So that works, the home button. So let me close that and close down the music again. So it feels like a nice keyboard. I actually was suspecting something else, but it doesn't matter. It looks like a good keyboard, it feels like a good keyboard, and maybe I'm even gonna use this a little more. So, and on this side you have my shiny blue lighted keyboard for my laptop, but it feels like a comfy keyboard. I do like this a lot, this strip, so it feels quite easy for your hands and for your palm just to type around and press your key, because my desktop isn't that very long. The D-pad, you know, the arrow keys and what I call the D-pad. I don't know why I call it the D-pad, but it's just like that. It looks like a D-pad. But all the buttons, they feel quite nice and feel quite comfortable. But my opinion, it is a good keyboard for if you want to start. It's a good keyboard, it feels comfortable. I thought it was a G series, but it actually is a, let me look back at the box, it is a Media keyboard Elite. Now it feels good, and as you can see here with the things for your volume, that feels quite comfortable too, and I actually like the form too quite a bit, like that. So it looks good, it is good, but as you can see, it is pretty big. Now I like to keep it a little bit basic, but for now it's a good keyboard. You can higher it up if you want to, or lower it down. Easy with sticks on the bottom. So it feels good, it feels comfortable, but I'm probably gonna get my old keyboard back. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna let it sit here for a few more days. Maybe not. We will see. We shall see. But for now, it's a good keyboard. I got to test it out. It was for free actually for me. I got it for free as a gift from someone. It feels quite nice. It feels solid. Everything is not like you're gonna break anything like this. It feels quite good, quite spammable. But it's a good keyboard. But yeah, it's more like a beginning keyboard, but it is pretty good, I have to say that. It looks quite nice, mostly with that shape like this, walking a little bit up and down again, with these nice shiny, line around it. Looks pretty good, feels good. So, 4 keyboards I had right now, if I have to say, it's a little bit old school too, but from the time I guess it was, I probably gonna give it a 7 to an 8. I think about a 7, because it feels good, but it looks a bit, yeah, it looks pretty good, but also looks and feels quite cheap. But you know, it feels actually like a good keyboard, but all these plastic button noises, but just because the keys aren't like in the keyboard itself, but actually on top, that makes a little less point. But the keyboard itself looks good, it feels pretty good, so I'll give it a 7. So that was my rating and my unboxing video for this time. So I'll see you guys in the next episode, where maybe I'm even gonna play a game with this, because I'm too lazy to switch out my other keyboard, which was this one, laying on top of the mess. This one, and you can see what I mean. Like, these keys are literally in the keyboard, and This is literally basic Windows 8 style, and this is a little bit like Windows 7 style. It's a little bit older. Feels good though. It looks pretty good. So yeah. So that's the reason why I actually gave it a 7. But so yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. That was it for today. Give it a like if you like this video and if you want to see this more, or subscribe, of course, if you would like to. But what pretty helps me out is just to share this with your friends. So see you guys in the next episode. Thank you and goodbye.